play. I don't want to. I'm not in the mood for this. I absolutely do not want to. I don't want to do this. I'm being held against my will. I'm being held against my will to play Morrowind. You know that game that you kept saying, this was your, oh no, it was this one. Oh, I remember too where I left off. Crap it, no. That's the sound of my soul dying. Hello everyone, welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Jason, and today, I'm gonna be cutting out like basically the entire video. I might just make this like a 5-minute video. We'll just, here we are, introduction, and then blam, next thing you know, we are down south by, I believe we're headed to, is it Ebonheart? I can't remember. Basically, this is a slave who escaped, and he wants an escort. Yes, there we go. An Argonian mission in Ebonheart. So, I decided to escort him there. Last time we were on our way to, I can't remember, I think it was one of the camps. And we ran into this Argonian, and I was like, I can't just let this poor guy just, sit out in the wilderness or make his way back to, like, Talvani territory and just, rejoin his life as a slave. Even though before that we basically did an arranged marriage as part of, like, the main quest, but, oh, this is different, I guess. Oh, no. There we go. Don't worry, I will keep you safe. Moments later, he dies. But yeah, anyways, we're doing a lot of work with slaves here. Some very interesting, very good work. Anyways, I'm heading down to Ebonheart. I'm going to try to escort this guy all the way down there. I'm hoping things will be kind of boring. I'm just going to walk along. Anything comes by me, I'm just going to, like, stab it in the face. It'll be like, ah, my eye. Why is it always the eye? Like, why doesn't nobody, stab anyone in the nose? Like, wait, did that happen in Ocarina of Time? Wait, did that happen in Ocarina of Time? I'm trying to remember. The ending, I remember it being shocking, so, yeah, here we go, I'll just talk about Ocarina of Time. If you don't want to hear me talk about Ocarina of Time, you may want to just skip the entire video, because I suspect that there's not going to be a whole lot more else. But I seem to remember when I was a kid playing it on the N64 and being shocked at the ending, where Link does his sort of like 3 slashes and then just jams his sword into like Ganon's head. Does he jam it into Ganon's nose? I seem to remember going into his nose, but I remember there being red blood. I remember there being actual blood and me going, holy crap, there's a game with blood! Because, I grew up in a very sort of conservative household, very, very like, oh my goodness, you can't play anything with blood? That's bad! That's horrible. I had to play GoldenEye in paintball mode, and if I didn't, well, then I was grounded, basically. Those were the rules. You had to play with paintball mode because paintball was fine. Even though when the paintballs hit the other, the targets, it still showed blood, like little blood patches, but whatever. Anyways, I went off on a total tangent. There we go. I filled up this episode with some sort of content. We're not going this way, buddy. We're gonna have to go around. I put something in this video of interest, maybe? Sure. And now that I've fulfilled that quota, I will be back with you when something maybe game related, to the game we're actually playing, Morrowind, if something happens in this game. I'll see you then. A rat! Oh, that was close. All right, I lied. I want to talk. It's been a while since I've just ranted. I feel like, especially when I first started my whole anthology playthrough, there was a lot of time where I was just like, hey, I'm just dungeon diving. We are just running around, killing things. Like, honestly, what was going on in the game was not that interesting, but I would get on these topics and I would just start ranting and going on, and, that's when I started getting viewers. And then I noticed it started to taper off a little bit. I wonder if there's a correlation there. Hey, when you stopped saying interesting things, people stopped coming. What a concept, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm sure there's other factors behind that. But anyways, yes, like that used to be like my bread and butter. That used to be what I did, was, just boring, dull, old DOS-based gameplay and me making a fool of myself, just saying wacky, crazy things like, oh my god, I hate this Skyrim and crap. You know what? Let's go into a little bit of a history there, because you know I'm a little older, a little wiser, and I look back at my old videos not with fondness, but with a little bit of embarrassment. I think I was and you know what? Besides, we're in uncharted territory. We've never been here before, so hey, gotta follow the rules I established at the beginning of this Let's Play. I guess we'll head down towards this way. We'll follow the sign. Crap. No, get away from him! I hate this because I have to throw myself in front of him, like between him and whatever the danger is. For the love of... There. Oh, I am suffering, buddy. I am suffering. Anyways. Like, looking back, it's like, it's clear that, and I used to get questions. I used to get questions, like the comments in the comment section, you know, asking me, well, how are you so confident? Like, how are you so confident? Like, you sound so confident and sure of yourself. You know, that's basically the same thing, but, you know, yeah, sometimes redundancy makes something sound more important, or, I always went along with the redundancy because it makes you sound more impressive, because you're like, I'm using two words that sound like two different things, but it's really just me using multiple words to say the same one thing. Anyways, and the truth of the matter is, like, looking back and being honest with myself, there was no confidence, man. I was faking it. I was so insecure, and not only that, but like I wouldn't always share where my thoughts originally came from, and as a result, what ended up happening a lot of the time was I was responding to someone had said something, and I would be responding to it, but trying to do so in a way that, oh crap, that didn't directly, okay, didn't directly point back to who I was responding to. Because I kind of didn't want conflict. Like, I had my opinions, and I still, I don't see, people are gonna get the wrong ideas. See, there we go, I'm worried again. Spoilers, I'm still not completely confident. Anyways, you know, I didn't want to, like, stir up crap, because maybe I wasn't in 100%, maybe we'll say confident with my point of view, or, you know, just because, you know, sometimes, you know, it wasn't really necessarily something that was objectively wrong that someone else believed. It was just, you know, a difference of opinion. And to me, if, you know, someone has a difference of opinion, to me, that's not a reason to kind of like point the finger at them and say, this person said this, and I think they're an idiot for doing so. So it was more of like a way of, like, I was inspired by someone else's opinion to share my opinion that was a counter opinion to theirs, but I didn't want to actually, like, bring them into the whole thing, because I, you know, it was like, you know, their thoughts were completely, you know, they were just as valid. They had a completely different perspective, and they were coming from a different place, and, you know, it wasn't a case of who was right and who was wrong. It was just, I disagreed, but, you know, I didn't have any objective facts to say that I was, correct. And people are like going, get to the point, what are you talking about? A lot of my comments about, like, Skyrim, for instance, back in my arena playthrough, were in response to, trying to remember. There was a podcast I was listening to at the time. It was an Elder Scrolls podcast. Crap, what was it called? Yes, we're gonna take the skeletons out of the closet. We're gonna go ahead and say, we're gonna reveal everything. I was Elder Scrolls Off the Record? I think that's what it was. I was basically just binging, oh crap. I was binging that podcast, and I heard stuff, and the hosts, you know, I don't know how much better it's gotten, or if it has gotten better. I don't even know if it's still going. I just know at the time, I know the hosts didn't have a whole lot of experience with Elder Scrolls. You know, they had come in on Skyrim, and a lot of their opinions and thoughts and a lot of the stuff that they said was very Skyrim-centric, and they kind of like, I think there was one of the hosts that had liked Oblivion, so, but for the most part, you know, it was a very Skyrim podcast, which, you know, made sense. It was the relevant game at the time. But me, you know, being the, you know, I'm gonna age myself here by calling myself old and using a word like curmudgeon. I was, you know, the old, the old fan of the Elder Scrolls.
Bash.
You know, the one who's been playing since Morrowind.
Kill.
But had played. Oh crap! But I played the you know, them all at least a little bit. You know, I got kind of high and mighty there. I was like, nah. You know, it's not the Skyrim series. It's the, holy crap! I need to put a marker down for this. Like, Ebony de yeah, there we go. I will not find this. Oh, that's pretty center. Just remember that's near Miranda's by the ebony sword I probably left behind. Okay, what's coming? Oh, it's a cliff racer. I already have a bow. Darn it, where's the bow? Bow, where are you, bow? Take with the cliff racer.
Kill.
But yeah, anyways, so that's where a lot, not all, but that's where a lot of, we'll say my thoughts, during that arena, during those, holy crap, seriously? During those, that playthrough, where a lot of those thoughts and where a lot of the...
was right to discipline us. We are foolish.
What? No! No! You're not foolish. We will make it. You keep your head up, Regia. You keep your head up. This guy might have some decent alchemical things on him. Just give me a second. No, he's just got my arrow. Fine, I'll take my arrow back. All right, off we go. So yeah, like, and so what ended up happening during those rants is sometimes you know, a lot of times the context was missing, and it just sounded like I was railing against Skyrim when, you know, my thoughts I think were a lot less harsh than they sounded because, you know, really I was addressing their thoughts or thoughts I picked up on. I think I was browsing Reddit around that time. You know, various online forums and crap. And so I was addressing those, and because I had this idea of like, towards those opinions, that came out, you know, towards those games. So, that's, and honestly, to be fair as well, at the time I was a little bit, more, I guess, grumpy. As I've gotten older, I've gotten younger and more open-minded. Fun how that works, right? Yeah, like, I've come to sort of accept crap. I've sort of come to accept, like Skyrim and for what it is. I still have a bit of a problem with Oblivion, and I think, you know, we'll save the further Oblivion talk for when I get to Oblivion, which, you know, should be in at least like another 5 years. So yeah, oh, this is a kind of a cool view. I like this spot. Where are we at? The Malag Amur region. We're right by this little lake. Oh, I like it here. This is kind of a neat little area. That's cool. I like it. Yeah. Now, in typical me fashion, I was going to be making another point. Careful, dude. You get in front of me with this sword. One hit, you're gone. Actually, I need to test that theory. For science! I was right! Don't accidentally hit quick save again. There we go. I just needed to see. I suspected that I would take him out with one hit, but I needed to be sure. You know, needed to be sure. Yeah, but I had another point I wanted to get to, but I don't remember what it was. So I'll come back when I remember or think of something else to say. It was an arrow, dude. Yes, I bashed him at range with my arrow. I don't remember what I was going to say, but I do remember what inspired the whole thing, and that was me thinking, you know, I got the difficulty jacked all the way up, and you know, the weapon I'm using obviously was not really intended to be used. Like it's kind of Easter eggy, to be very honest. I'm kind of curious to see how well I would be doing with a regular weapon. But the point, sorry, the original inspiration for this entire thing was that it got me thinking about Oblivion, because I was like, you know, if I really had a hard time with this, we'll say escort mission, or if I had a problem or I ran into something. Like, my difficulty's already at max. I could, like, literally turn the difficulty down by, like, 200 points and really overcome anything that kind of got in my way. And then I was like, well, I wouldn't want to do that, because there's a little bit of that, you know, the idea of, like, if you make it easy, you didn't really earn it, you know, I think I had I think I have a video about, a memory dump video about difficulty in games, you know, talking about like Dark Souls and stuff, games having difficulty levels and accessibility and all that crap. And I guess, yeah, like for me there's still that sort of sense of like, oh, the pride thing, but at the same time I'm like, well, I'm already playing on like the hardest, like I could go down to normal and still feel like I earned everything, but I don't know, because I'm using this sword? I don't know. Sorry, basically, it got me thinking about Oblivion, because in Oblivion's like the... Holy crap. No! You okay, bud? Alright, he's alright. Oblivion's like the... one of like 2 games I can think of that I've ever just gotten over my pride and just said, screw it, I'm lowering the difficulty, I'm not having fun. And that doesn't... I'm sure there's more than 2, but I can only think of 2 off the top of my head, one being Oblivion. Yeah. That's what's... that's it. That's the thought. There you go, you can have it. Ooh, Winged Twilight. Hitting hard. No! No! Dude! Do not run at a Golden Saint! Oh, the suspenseful music.
Die. Kill.
Oh crap! Holy crap! Where did all these? No! No, dude! No! Was that me or? Ow! Do I load? I kind of want to see this quest through. I don't know. Was that me that hit him? I spent all this time. There was just enemies everywhere. Ugh! Alright, I think I made my peace that I'm going to let it stand. I did try, I actually loaded up, I saved here, then reloaded the game and I went and he got taken out, you know, relatively quickly again, and that's like, I just don't think it's worth trying over and over again. And it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you know what, I should let the dice like fall where they may. Like there was, I had a little bit of doubt that maybe I had accidentally hit him, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll load. But no, I saw him like he ran out a Winged Twilight when I tried again, and he got like taken out with one hit, and I'm like, you know what, no, this isn't. I don't think this is worth it to me, to you guys. It's unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen it through. If I decide to, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a save here, and if at some point in the future I feel like doing it again, I will go ahead and I will do it, but it will not be on the canonical timeline of this playthrough. Now, the one thing that does upset me though is I went and I got curious, you know, after I'd failed the mission. I was like, okay, whatever, I'll look it up. Go away. And it one of the guys actually said, you know, to take a boat, and I was like, didn't I try fast travel options? And apparently you can do that. And I was like, oh, maybe he wasn't close enough to me or something. So, that kind of annoys me. I'm like, I had tried that. I should have been able to fast travel with, my Argonian buddy here, and, he would have been alive. I tried, but the game didn't let me. I'm blaming the game. Blame the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's right. But I don't hate Morrowind. I do kind of really like Morrowind. So don't hate the player or the game. Just be mad at, I don't know, something. All right. The Zainab have named me Nerevarine, which means the only one left, I believe, are the Erebinimsum camp, which I am now very far away from due to my detour. So I'm gonna run over there, and you're gonna give him a burial? He's buried under enemies already. Like, I can't even, like, highlight him. Yeah. You know what? Local. Always remember. Reja. Crap, I don't even remember his name. Always remember Reja. There we go. I'm horrible. I will always remember Reja. I'll forget him I'll forget him before this episode is done. Let's be honest. All right, I'll be back. All right, well, I'm being attacked by something evidently, but I have arrived here at the Erebinimsum camp. I've been here before, evidently, but as evidenced by the fact that everything is lit up, which gives me pause, and I'm like, crap, have I already been named there, Nerevarine? I really hope not. We've got Zainab. We've got Zainab still there. And yeah, Urshalaku, I'm pretty sure we did already. All right, so here we are, and since I wasted
Do you have something to say?
Yes, and I'm in the middle of saying it, so shut your mouth, please. Let me finish what I'm saying. Because I wasted so much of my time, just, you know, walking, talking, escorting a slave who ultimately I failed in that mission and then committed to failing. I've committed to failing! That's what you can expect here in my corner of the internet.
Something to say, Outlander.
I resist. It's okay. I'm getting a little bloodthirsty. Anyways, since I wasted so much time on stupid stuff, I'm gonna have to end things here because I ran out of time. Maybe I'll put a tag on the video like I'm just gonna do meta talk on this one. I don't know, whatever. If you liked this little diversion, that basically resulted in nothing, then give the video a thumbs up, and I will be grateful. I will be like, sweet, someone liked my garbage. But if you don't like garbage, you're like, no, garbage belongs in the trash, then go ahead and give the video a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. Was this trash or recycling? I don't know. What do you think? Wow. All right. Regardless of whatever you say and whatever you do, until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.